Today on Crooked Mustache, we're unboxing the Logitech G920. Stay tuned. So, following up my unboxing of the Thrustmaster, the wheel that I wanted and held for since May, I actually, in the process of getting ready to cancel that order, decided to check on Logitech's website, only to find out they were offering the G920 and the G29, if they still are, at a huge discount ahead of their new steering wheels with True Force coming out. So I figured I wanted to take a look at Logitech's version, so let's dive into the box. Alrighty, here we go. I don't know why I was expecting a green box for some reason. Okay. And there it is. Upside down, I grant you. There we go. So in here we have the Logitech Driving Force G920. And this is, with the exception of the latest one that's due to come out, the latest iteration of the original Wingman from back in the day. There's still people using their G27s that was the original one to come with the sequential, not the sequential, the H pattern shifter, and have no complaints. So let's dive in. So the biggest reason that I opted for this one to take a look at is most of my other peripherals are Logitech, my mice, my keyboards, what have you. I've even got gaming headsets. And this was originally the one I wanted until I saw that it was the same price as the Thrustmaster. So let's see what comes in this one. Okay, so one big change from the Logitech to the Thrustmaster TX that I unboxed in the previous episode, this one has an external power supply. So in the event that your power supply were to go bad, you could just order one from Logitech. You don't have to disassemble your entire wheel. Little manual pushing you towards a Logitech or a play seat that's advertised by Logitech. Okay, so this is an indication that everything is proprietary. This one uses a serial port connection, whereas the Thrustmaster used some type of RJ connection, looked like a 5-pin phone cable. And you know what, let's go for the wheel first. Okay, the wheel. So this wheel is not detachable. The plus side to this one over the TMX or the TMX Pro from Thrustmaster is this one is a leather wrapped wheel. It's slightly smaller than the Thrustmaster. You still get metal paddles. Let's take a look at it. It's a significantly smaller base, so if size constraints are an issue, this might be a better option. And underneath here, you can actually see the serial port connections where this is saying where the pedals would connect and then where your shifter connects. It's a significantly smaller base, which I'm gonna guess may also couple with a weaker force feedback. And I'm gonna be posting a review and comparison of both wheels in one of the upcoming episodes to provide you guys some feedback on whether the Logitech at full price is worth it in comparison to Thrustmaster's, what you could consider almost higher end tier wheel, their TX series. So anyways, so with the Logitech, you get a very plainly, when I say plainly, I mean straightforward. Let me rephrase that. So it's very straightforward layout. So you've got all the buttons laid out and indicated exactly as they would be on your controllers. And with this bolt pattern, a lot of people have actually made their own adapters and mounted aftermarket racing wheels from cars. So if that was something that you were interested in, while it's not technically supported by Logitech, that is an option for you. I like the stainless steel paddles. They are independent, so it's not just one giant plate kind of seesawing on a joint. It's nice that they're actually separate. The buttons do have a premium feel to them in the actual push, and the steering wheel actually, for being smaller than the TX, and I'm sorry if I keep looking over, I've got the TX off to the side here. It actually feels quite nice. I can tell you already though, it feels different. And I can tell you it's a little bit, for some people the sound is an issue. It is a little bit louder than the Thrustmaster, I will admit that. But overall, as a package, again, I like Logitech products. I probably would have opted for this one. So that's the steering wheel out of the way. So next we have the pedals, which the pedals actually have a nice, whoa. The pedals actually have like a really nice large base. It's very weighted. Let me move that out of the way. So if you're the kind of boy racer guy like I was, that always went to your local Advanced Auto Parts to see how you could make your car look faster, you might familiarize yourself with these sport pedals. And I actually have to say that they look pretty nice. I mean, I like the Thrustmaster ones. These are actually a thicker plate, and these are different sensors. But the cool part with these, I'm sure there's something I'm not, there we go. So if you've got carpet, this actually has a carpet engagement plate with teeth on it to, you know, kind of like severe tire damage kind of thing, to make sure that your pedals don't move forward on you. And I'm guessing it would also help with left and right. The gas and the brake feel pretty nice. The brake uses a bump stop to actually give you that feel. The clutch feels pretty linear. Feels pretty nice. And overall, for being plastic, it doesn't feel very cheaply made. So now, let me see what else we have in the box. And nothing but cardboard. Okay, so that is what you get when you buy just the wheel. But as a treat, I wanted to make sure that we do an apples to apples comparison. I got the Logitech Shifter too. Now, one big thing that I know about this one is, unlike the the Thrustmaster Shifter, this one, at least out of the box, cannot be used independent of the wheel. This one has to be connected to your wheel itself. Another box within a box thing. So what's the name of the Russian dolls where there's like a doll and a doll and a doll and a doll? Don't know right now. Okay, so similar to what it was with the Thrustmaster, it was a box and a box. This one is a box and a box and a box. And there we go. This is the driving force shifter, and this is an H pattern shifter. This is, actually, let's just go ahead and open it. So this is compatible with all Logitech wheels. So this would also be compatible with your the G29 from back in the day, but it's also going to be compatible with the G920 and the PlayStation variant, which I believe is the G29. So the other one was the G27.
It's called the Matryoshka doll.
Matryoshka doll.
Matryoshka doll.
It's a Matryoshka doll, box within a box within a box. Here's the shifter. Let's take a look at it. This one is a little bit more straightforward. This actually has 3 clamps. So right out of the box, what I can tell you is this, that the Logitech seems to be much more friendly in terms of the average person. I would prefer like a larger gear knob just because it feels weird. It is a very, very short throw. Okay, so this one is a 6-speed with reverse. So you've got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Oh, and it's down for reverse. So should be familiar to me, like with the Audi. So it's a very small base, should be easy to store. And as I had mentioned, this one comes with a serial connector. Now I have seen some videos, and I'll post the link to it, where actually someone created a little breakout board with a USB controller and was able to use this wheel this shifter independent of the wheel. So if you wanted to pair this shifter with one of the other brands, or if you just wanted a basic shifter and you wanted something that was significantly lower cost than the Thrustmaster T500S, you know, you're talking about $60 versus $150. It's a very, very different ball game. All right, so let's give the wheel a shot. Now, what I remember is they still have the same, I shouldn't say generic feeling, but the same easy to use clamps that I remember from the old Wingman. These are much nicer though, and they've actually got extensions if you have a really thin desk to make sure that your clamps actually fit. There's a guide for the cord. Let's make sure we don't pinch the cord. There we go. I can tell you right now that we're gonna have to power it up to see how the force feedback feels. But in terms of size, as I had mentioned, this set is gonna take up a lot more, it's gonna leave a lot more space than the similar setup from, say, Thrustmaster. With the smaller base and the smaller base for the shifter, All you really have to worry about is the pedals, and this whole set comes in at about, with the discount from Logitech, at just over about 50% of what you would pay for the TX series. So it's comparable with the TMX or the TMX Pro, depending on if you want the 3 pedal set.
But bigger is better. But bigger is better.
But as they say, bigger is better, so we're gonna actually do a comparison and see if the dual belt drive system in the Thrustmaster is really worth the price increase over the dual motor drive system in the Logitech. This is what you can expect if you go Logitech on your driving sim needs. And we hope to have an episode coming up soon with a review of both the Logitech and the TX from Thrustmaster. Stay tuned with us for that. Like if you liked my video. If you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit the bell so you see all of our videos as they come out. And as always, thanks for watching.